Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation. Hey everybody, this is That Drummer Guy here with another edition of Heavy Debriefing, where I talk about brand new albums coming out this Friday, my latest interviews, and what's on my radio show this week. Before I kick in, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell everyone you know about the good word of That Drummer Guy. There are so many great albums that are going to be coming out this Friday, and I'm just going to talk about just a few of them. Chaos will reign once again with the brand new release from the amazing occult rock band Ancient Wisdom, with their brand new album 33 coming out through Magic Bullet Records. Enslaved have returned with their most progressive, atmospheric, and experimental album to date, E, which will be coming out through Nuclear Blast. Exhumed returns for their first ever concept album, which perfectly matches the tone of what Exhumed is all about, and the album is Death Revenge, which is through Relapse Records. Make sure you're not on the list. Chris Jericho's back with his amazing hard rock band Fozzy, and the brand new album Judas, which is coming out through Century Media. Hell has frozen over as Phil Lewis and Tracy Guns have reunited in LA Guns, and their brand new album together, The Missing Piece, will be coming out through Frontiers Music. And if you need something that's not from this area, more in the Scandinavian hard rock heavy metal sides, Sparzanza has their first release through DESPOTZ Records coming out, called Announcing the End. I have done so many interviews in the past week that I'm surprised my voice is holding up, and there's still a couple that I need to work on before I'm able to show them off, but it's all worth it to spread the good name of metal and hard rock. First up, I talked to Sara Coda of the band Silent Rival to talk about their debut album, The Kindness of Strangers, which is available now through Listen Loud Records. Next up, I talked to the legendary guitarist of one of the best punk bands that you will ever hear, the Addicts, to talk about the 40 years of the Addicts and the brand new album, And It Was So, coming out November 17th through Nuclear Blast. I don't just cover signed bands, I also cover unsigned bands, and I got to talk to an amazing unsigned band known as the Arson Choir, and more specifically guitarist Marc Motley, to talk about their brand new EP, Trophy Nation, which was released back in May, but definitely worth your ears to check out. And if you're part of a label, go check it out and, maybe sign up. Next up, I talked to the frontman of one of the best, heaviest, most brutal doom bands in existence, Primitive Man, Mr. Ethan McCarthy, to talk about the brand new album Caustic, which just dropped this past Friday through Relapse Records. In my latest interview, I talked to the one and only Matt Harvey to not only talk about the brand new album from Exhumed, which I talked about earlier, Death Revenge, coming out this Friday through Relapse, but we also talk about what's on the table for his other bands such as Expulsion, Gruesome, and Pounder. And if you like hearing my voice in radio form, make sure to check out this week's episode of my radio show as That Drummer Guy. It's episode 252, where I'm featuring 4 brand new interviews from the likes of Silent Rival, Bob KULICK, PANZER, and KADAVAR. Plus, for the first time in quite a bit, I was actually able to have enough time on the show to be able to play some other music as well. And I start off the show playing some brand new music from Perihelion Ship and Nocturnal Rites. If you're not familiar with the radio show, pause the screen right now and look up where you can check out my radio show. Or, if you're too busy and you have this on in the background, check out my radio show on KROCKS, 13 Steps Radio, or in podcast form on iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Spreaker, and TuneIn. Or better yet, just go to thatdrummerguy.com for all the information you need. And that does it for this week's Heavy Debriefing. Make sure to tune in next week, where I talk about some brand new music, my brand new interviews, and the latest episode of my radio show as That Drummer Guy. Links to everything I talk about is in the description below. Did I leave out any bands that have new music coming out this Friday? Leave them in the comments. And of course, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and spread the good word of what I do as That Drummer Guy. Until next week, this is That Drummer Guy saying, see ya.